Hi everybody, it's Jean, and I'm back to show you my imperfect project this week. And I worked on this all week. I really wanted to do something really nice, but it didn't turn out perfect, but I'm fine with that. Sometimes imperfect gives you more license to do bigger and better things. So anyway, the first thing I want to tell you about is I made this journal. It's the January project for the Facebook group Art It Out. And the January project for this journal is to have a journal for all the projects coming up weekly in that group. Now, the first mistake I made after this was finished was I did a project for another Facebook group in the front page. But you know what? I don't care. Some people that would just throw it all off. But no, I'm just going to keep it, and I'm just going to do that because I kind of like how it turned out. I had a lot of issues with this. Making it, it didn't work the way it was supposed to. It's all funky, and it's all weird how it feels, kind of at the back. It feels like a book, but it is kind of weird. But you know what? The more I've been playing with this, the more I actually like it. So I'm pretty happy with the finished product, and I'm going to enjoy working in it this year. This was one of the worst pages, and so I thought if I can salvage this page, it'll all be fine. And it turned out fine. I like how I like what I made. The prompt was to use other words to describe your word of the year. My word of the year is move. So I had illustrations and different words that I used. And that was a lot of fun to do. Anyway, so on this page are all kinds of small words, like, let me see if I can find it, like scoot, walk, dance, run, lots of little words around here. And I'm going to be adding words as I think of them, or as I come across things that I think would be interesting. So I've left plenty of spots to do that. So anyway, so that was that project. Back to the book. I used a lot of different papers that were with a lot of color, a lot of texture, a lot of variety in here. And this is the back of a paperback music book, and a postcard, some texture on this paper that's printed on, some texture and heaviness to this paper that's not. Now when I did my page up here, I did get stuff on it, but as you know, those things will all be covered up when I do something on that page. So, the book is somewhat flexible so that I can make every page nice and flat when I work on it. So I do like that. So I'm really happy with that aspect of this book. That's really great. Every page is flat. And I have pages in here from Deb. I have pages in here from Christina, pages from Lynn, pages that I've made. Now I didn't do this, but I bought a watercolor pad at the thrift store that had this already in it. And so I just cut this up, and I used it to catch things like this, which most of the time I forget to do. So anyway, what I've done, if I didn't mention it already, is that I did put washi tape over the worst of the areas, especially areas that needed to be covered, just to show, just to show the book. But those areas, of course, will not show. Those will be bad areas that don't show when the book is finished, when the page is finished. So it's mostly just to kind of a placeholder. This came in the mail, so I thought, hey, put that in. I thought, oh, I love that. The first thing I thought is, oh, I love that. I'm going to use that. And I turned it over, and it was on the back, too. So, hey, that worked out really nice. But pattern paper, I picked out a lot of pattern paper from my scrapbook stash. I used to use a lot of that when I did pocket letters. I used those for backgrounds. I don't so much. I mostly paint over them, but still. I tore out pages from books. I wanted the torn side to be out here, so that's fun. This was one that was sent to me. Christina sent. This is an Edagami that came in the mail. Love that. The cover to the show that I went to see this year, and I won't be covering up this side, but I will be covering up this side. Here's some pages from the back cover that I showed you, and I think the front cover has already been flipped through. Again, because I wanted the torn side out, this is the side that I really wanted to keep, and I'll probably just embellish it around around that, rather, and this one will be all covered up. More pattern paper, more textured paper. This is heavy paper that I embellished, that I painted last summer. Or might have been the summer before. Seems like I've had it for quite a while. This one I like because this is another movie that, or a theater production I saw. So my page will be this side, and I will keep the Annie. And this, again, this is the page that I used that cow for a model on a project I did earlier last year. So, so it's time to incorporate it somewhere else. And plaid is always nice. This one I kind of like having a border there. I may leave the border and just do something in the middle. I added a manila envelope for to put something in to make it a surprise, and I always like bright yellow. This has some texture to it. If you can see that, it's shiny on the textured part, so that may show through too when I play on that page. So just a few pages from some things that I've done, a watercolor that I did, and I'll probably do something on this side. And I did, just to kind of test the waters, I covered this with a collaged butterfly just to see how that would work. And for some reason it made this page all wonky, but still it'll be fun to use. And what I might do is, keeping this up, I might make my spread like this. So just for something different. Another bag. I like that. This is so crooked, I may take it out and redo it. I'm not sure or I may just zigzag cut it. I don't know. I don't really like it coming over the bag. More book pages, more painted paper. This Crystal sent me, so since this was her project, I thought that would be nice to include that in the book. And that is a jelly print. I always love the cards that come in the mail. Some of them are just as cute as they can be, and I had intended to just cut that off and use that or paint over that, but we'll see. But the back, ooh, all kinds of scope for the back. Magazine, I particularly like this because my grandson is a trumpet player, although he's much older now. But that's about the age where he picked it up. Book pages, which don't know. A lot of people use plain paper. I like a lot of different variety. Especially fun if you haven't finished the book. It's still fun to go through. This Lynn sent, and I absolutely loved it. One of the favorite of the pages that she sent. So I definitely wanted to include it because she's the one who sent me the cover. It came in the envelope that I made the cover out of. Bright yellow, soft yellow, blue and yellow, some blue and black. So things are just kind of rolling along there. Some interesting printing on this. Another bag. I like this. This is the only thing, so I may reverse collage around that. This is kind of interesting. Got the suffragettes and that. I get my stamps by the sheet, so they always come in these nice envelopes. So that was a great piece to put in there. I love that. Some Halloween towards the back when it gets to be fall. And some Christmas that I may or may not cover up. When I took the picture of this from a magazine, I took it crooked. So I didn't realize, even though the page is in straight, the picture's crooked. So that probably will be mostly covered up. Some more Disney flips. And this, I get these kind of envelopes all the time. I love them. I just love them. May not do much with it. I may just keep it that way. This was going to be the end, and I'm not sure why. Oh, I wanted to add this, and then I didn't want this to be the very last piece, so I added this. So it was kind of silly. And the last two pages to do a big spread on. And this is the back of the book. And it doesn't come together really good, but it can come together if you tighten it up. Has a great little piece on this side. I would love it to be turned the other way around, but you know, that's what you do with books like this. Then you put things all the way around so that you would naturally pick it up and look around. So that's my project for this week. And that's all I have to show you because it took me forever. It took me days to glue it, wait for it to glue. I really felt like I struggled and stretched, and then I wasn't going to use it. Then I was going to deconstruct it and try again. And I thought, you know what? This is usable. And I like it. And I like how the pages lie flat. And I think I am going to start off my new year with projects from this Facebook group in the book that I made, the original book that I made, and go with it. So anyway, thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.